First of all, welcome, thank you for coming. This is a great turnout, I'm really happy. As I'm sure you probably all know, Rough Sketch is a chance for people to get writing on stage where they may not have had a chance before, to try new things and just give it a shot, really. So one thing I would like to say is it's going to be, like the name implies, Rough Sketch. The text has been thrown together really quickly, the limited rehearsal time, so it's all going to be good fun. What else do I need to say? Okay, fire exits, health and safety. There's one over there, at the back where you came in, and there's another one through the curtains over there. Something else I need to say as well. Phones, please turn your mobile phones off, and please don't record anything. It's going to be filmed, so if you want to see it, we'll probably get a chance another time later on. And there's definitely something I'm missing. Charity, that's it. That's it. The charity we're raising money for tonight is Refuge, which raises money for people who are affected by domestic violence, and it was voted to be the charity tonight by the writers. So please give generously at the end, or whatever you got really. So without further ado, I think I should welcome on Sam, the first writer.
My piece is called Check-In. I've got Patrick O'Callaghan, I've got Josh Montgomery and Nick Blackburn, who are all brilliant. Get ready to see some toes, a lot of screaming, and 3 very important chairs. So enjoy.
First time out? Okay then. Well, it's a bit plain. I always expected choirs in places like this. But no. Maybe choirs don't sing for guys like me. Raining out, is it? Okay then. Oh, look at that! You're the number after me. They just called number 14. Are you excited?
Does it matter?
Huh?
Does it matter if I'm excited? I'll get called, I'll go for either that door or that one. I think the excitement depends on what's through it.
Well, at least you're not like that, poor sod.
Quite.
Well, I can't say I blame you. So, come on, tell us. How'd you get here then? Well, if you're not going to talk, then I guess I'll have to.
With number 463015, please go to gate number 2. That's 463015 to gate 2. Thank you.
Maybe gate 2's the good one. She seemed pretty pleased. Yeah, right. Anyway, what were we talking about?
We weren't.
Oh yeah, how we got here. Can you guess? Not even a little one to open the floodgates. Oh, bus.
How lovely.
Yeah, messy things, buses. Kids screaming, crowds of people, the smell of petrol. Not my most desired way, but public transport is nothing but reliable.
Why are you telling me this? What's happened to silence is golden, or ignorance is bliss, or shut up, buzzer! Sit here normally, and quietly, like normal people.
Yeah, it seems like you're all about keeping quiet. Well, let me guess you then.
Do you have to?
Well, I think I do. Was it a parade of cats and dogs? Get it? Because you were all wet? Or maybe you stepped in a poodle that bit back. Or perhaps
With
you...
number 463016, please go to gate number 1. That's number 463016 to gate number 1.
Take me with you!
Poor thing.
That's what I said earlier. How long do you reckon she's been here? There's no clock, my phone's gone, and my watch. Guess that makes it even more painful. Just speak to her, invite her over.
Do what you like, there's no we here.
Well, it's either that, or you can tell me how you ended up at Limbo Airlines.
Oh, fine. Boat.
That's all I'm getting. A syllable. Right, you really do believe in silence as gold, don't you? Boat, really? Your boat? You must be fancy. Yes. Another lonesome syllable. You must be one of those mysterious types. Either that or you're a pompous git. What do you reckon?
Brilliant. Nice you won't stop staring at me.
New friends are never a bad thing. I mean, I doubt you want to be drowning in them.
Do you ever shut up?
No, not that. Right. What's happening here then? Oh, for Christ's sake! Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I can do this.
You know what? I'm warming to her.
How can you? The woman's a bloody lunatic. It's got the mind of a 6-month-old.
I mean, can you blame her? Look at the numbers she's got. I mean, I'm bored already and they've called what? 3 numbers. She's quadruple our number. Must be off her rocker.
Oh, you don't say.
Right, her story then. Go on.
I really don't like this game. It's so crude.
It's fun, and let's be honest, you've got nothing better to do, have you?
Fine. Let me think. Food.
Food?
Yes. Something she ate made her mind deteriorate, like salmonella perhaps.
Salmonella? Yeah, that's as far as your imagination stretches. Why, aren't you a barrel of laughs?
That was the game and you said.
Number 463017, please go to gate 1. That's 463017 to gate 1. Thank you.
Good luck! I hope it's all you bargained for. Although, unless they were dodgy. Although, I've met a lot of lovely dodgy people in my time. They may copy DVDs, or sell 15-year-olds facts, or push wagons in and out of Wormwood Scrubs. What nothing to say. What? Well, Kev wasn't great. But, you know, if you mix in with those crowds, you know, you're not going to really end up anywhere nice, are you? Weird market, large rodents. Oh, it was never really the same after that incident with the capybara.
What?
Capybara, the world's largest semi-aquatic rodent, been known to eat their own faeces in times of food shortages. Incredible creatures, really. You know, they mate in water. Oh, sorry, bit of a touchy subject. Both.
Yes, indeed. Both.
3 syllables. My. We really are pushing the boat out. Sorry, but yeah. Capybaras are fascinating creatures, really. Just like big beavers. But, you know, they're not like how honey badgers are like English badgers or roids. They're just pretty chill, really. Well, saying that, they weren't chill around Ken. But, you know, he was just pushing his luck, really. I won't go into too much detail, so don't worry. Let's just say the NHS could not afford the amount of counselling that man needed.
Please give me 5 minutes of quiet.
Fine. What about you, love? Thoughts on semi-aquatic large rodents?
What is wrong with you, woman? Just sit there and be quiet like a normal person. What's wrong with you? You're not British.
You got something pent up?
Oh, and you can shut up as well. Bloody hell! Does someone get me through a door already? Where's that tongue-eyed bitch when you need her?
Now look, I doubt she's a bitch. She's probably just trying to do her job.
I'm sorry, I'm just wet and uncomfortable. It feels like I've been sitting here forever.
I suppose, you know, it's all right. You'll be fine.
Well, you've been here before, have you?
Well, no. Well, kind of, yeah, actually.
What?
Well, I mean, it feels familiar, doesn't it? Like, it's almost inevitable that me and you are going to end up here.
Again, there is no we here. But I suppose I don't exactly feel surprised when I came in here.
Well, what do you reckon this waiting room is then? I've got my idea.
So do I.
Well, go on then, still.
Where do I have to go first? I don't know what to say.
What was that?
Well, I'm probably right. I usually am.
Well, we'll say it together then. What are we? 3,
2,
1.
Jack.
Hey. Is that your name? How does she know that?
Well, how am I supposed to know? Do you remember your name? No, just a number. Maybe it is my name. Maybe but I don't know how she knows all of the people. Hi, excuse me, love. Hi.
believe her. She's obviously one bauble less of a Christmas tree.
Yes, and?
Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail
With
of
number
water.
463018, please go to gate number 2. That's 463018 to gate number 2, please. Thank you.
Perhaps 2 isn't the good one.
Yes.
He was very glum.
Yes, people tend to be glum when they're eye missing.
Did he? I didn't notice.
Are you sure you two aren't related? Must have been a bumpy ride.
Actually. Pretty intense ones though.
Yes, well, boats don't usually offer the same kind of ride themselves, particularly in the North Sea.
North Sea, eh? My, you better watch yourself. You're almost starting a conversation. Right. I'm going to say a city. And then you're going to say a city with the same letter that my one ends in, okay?
No.
Well, right. I'm not sure no is a city. So I'm going to go first. Budapest. Budapest. Come on, that's not a hard one. Come on, let's pass the time.
There is no time in this place. For all we know, we could have been in 30 seconds. Yeah, but it does feel like you've been rambling bloody ever.
But it does feel familiar though, doesn't it? You know what? You might be onto something there, Sherlock.
It was a turn of phrase. Don't make him listen to something it isn't. Go hang out with Eileen Warners over there.
Eileen who?
Don't worry. I'm beginning to think this woman may be the definition of madness.
I think she's sweet. Poor girl doesn't know any different. She's been here a while.
What gave it away? The shriveled hair, the shrieking. Oh, in fact, she keeps counting her toes.
Toes?
Yes.
You know what? I think she's starting to get some wits about her. She actually may be giving your conversation some competition, eh?
Good, I'm literally encouraging you to leave me alone.
Well, that's part of the fun, isn't it? A bit of a tease never hurt anyone every now and then. Well, look, mate, we haven't got long left in this waiting room. Why can't you just play along for the last few minutes?
Minutes, hours, days.
Kilograms.
Kilograms! Well done! That is indeed the correct answer. Gold star.
You just leave the poor girl alone. She's already stuck her finger up my nose. I don't know what else she has on her mind.
Look, I enjoyed it, to be honest, mate.
Number 463019, please go to gate number 1. That's 463019 to gate number 1, please.
No.
Thank you.
No. 1792430172238.
Could have second referred her when she was quiet counting her toes. What's happened to you then?
Well, I know her.
How do you possibly know that?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know her face. It's not like one I've seen before, but...
But?
Well, I mean, she looked so sad, didn't she? Like, what? Look, I don't want to go to gate number 1. I want number 2. Didn't you see how sad she was?
You can't possibly know why she was so sad. Christ, you don't even know if you did know her in the first place. Where's that stiff upper lip we so enjoy?
No, I'm sorry. I'm being serious right now. If they call me to number 1, I'm running in the opposite direction. You know what? It really does feel like a lifetime now.
You know what? It's not actually that bad. And besides, you're only 2 away. At least you've got that going. Unlike Miss Havisham over there.
Miss who?
God, boy, get some cultural fuel in you. Besides, where you're going, you might actually get some stuff that you don't know about. You know, perhaps rows and rows of books and papers and articles you can read to your heart's desire.
Nah, you're not really selling it, mate. None of your audience. Maybe I didn't know. Maybe I'm just a bit on edge, you know?
That's probably it. Why don't you just mull us over by yourself for a moment?
With number 463020, please go to gate number 2. That's 463020 to gate number 2, please. Thank you.
They've got one. You can open your eyes now. Don't go asking if they seem pleased or not.
Okay, right. Nearly my big moment. Maybe I should... You know.
No. Just sit quietly and enjoy what little time we have in this delightful place. We'll be gone in a matter of moments and start a new chapter, a very long chapter. Just look forward to that.
People.
Yes, dear, the people.
The people are funny looking.
Well, someone's woken up. Moment of clarity, is it there, love?
Like friends, but not friends.
Perhaps not.
Children. Melissa, or Robert, or Karen, or Harry, or Ben, or...
Yep, that's right, mate. Could be any of them, couldn't they?
Children, what is she on about?
Are you really still trying to figure this one out? Just leave her be. She's up here, and that's all she can ask for in her state.
Well, at least you won't end up like that, being up next and all.
Feels like I'm waiting. I'm waiting to make some big speech or something. All feels very ceremonial.
Big word, well done.
You know what? I'm going to miss you and all. Underneath that wet, rough exterior. I reckon you're a pretty plain sailing guy.
Joke like that.
Right, I'll leave it. Let our last moments together be nice ones. Hey, maybe we'll both go through the same door. That'd be nice. You know, it's always nice to go somewhere with a friend.
I'd better find one of them soon then. We're acquaintances at best. Perhaps you'll end up like her. She's gotten very comfortable very quickly.
Leave her alone. She's sleeping again.
On your lap. The woman that was shrieking just a moment ago. A real catch.
Look, she's...
Word number 463022. Please go to gate number 1. That's 463022. To gate number 1, please. Thank you.
That can't be right. They've skipped me. Why have they skipped me?
I don't know what to say. It's my number. I have to go.
Well, no, but let me go. What are you holding on to a leg? They must have meant me. This is not fair.
I'm sorry. I have to go.
This is not fair. They must have meant me. It's not fair.
So, Lennon, you're just going to stand there all day, are you?
My orders are to keep you tied up here.
Quite. And I suppose that entails keeping me tied to my chair. You could at least pour me a whiskey.
Commander Lennon,
Captain.
good afternoon. At ease. Ah, Commander Hayward. Thank you for waiting. Not that you had much choice. Ah, I see you've made yourself at home then.
These are my quarters, Captain.
Well, of course they are. And the Harbinger is my ship. Although I suppose you don't really care about those technicalities anymore. I really ought to get to the bottom of this. Perhaps you could send a letter to lodge a request for me. Yes, we might actually let you send that one.
Permission to speak freely, sir.
It's not as if you've needed permission for your defiance so far. Speak.
If you had any decency, any respect for the sanctity of human life, you'd let me send.
This, I believe, and lay waste to everything we've worked towards on this mission? Perhaps it is you who lacks decency and respect. The decency to put aside your personal whims, and the respect for your crewmates who have given their all to this mission for the past 6 months. Do you remember the purpose of this mission? Originally, nothing has changed. Go on. What was the purpose of this mission, originally?
Observation.
Observation, good. You do remember. Research, anthropology. Deep in the heart of this jungle, there lives an uncontacted civilization. We owe it to our country, nay, the world. We owe it to the world to find out all we can about them.
And what good will this knowledge do if we let these people die? Lennon, whose side are you on?
I was not aware that there were sites, Mr. Hayward. It's more of a discussion than battle of wills. Like a puzzle, one to be solved. We have to look at the facts, and the fact is that these people have a right to remain undisturbed.
Undisturbed? They'll be disturbed soon enough either way.
Hayward, if you're so determined to jeopardize the mission, why did you sign up for it in the first place?
Well, if you're untimely, I'll tell you. How can we have a civilised conversation with one of us in chains? Thank you. Now, I do believe in anthropology. I do believe in furthering our knowledge on human life. But the way we've conducted ourselves so far is a far cry from what I signed up for.
What did you sign up for?
Well, if you'll permit me a moment of sentimentality, sir. My parents were scholars. My father, an archaeologist, and my mother studied linguistics. They were a team. They worked together. Father, he'd uncover an artifact, a tablet or something. Then mother would translate it. That kind of teamwork, camaraderie, that's what I was looking for. It's a noble goal.
Indeed it is, Commander.
It's a goal that your actions have endangered.
Excuse me, Mr. Lennon. Your inflexibility is what's perverting the aim of our mission.
Gentlemen, please. So much for civilized discussion, eh, Mr. Hayward?
My apologies, Captain.
Sorry, sir, I seem to have touched you there.
Yes, well, Lennon, you raise a good point, even if your diplomacy is somewhat lacking. That story you just told, heartwarming though it may be, doesn't really explain why you felt the need to stray from the parameters of our mission here.
I could ask you the same question, Captain. Why do you find it necessary to follow our mission statement to the letter, when refusing to bend the rules brings risk to researcher and native alike?
What is it?
Captain Treble, sir, would you please come to the bridge?
What's wrong, Lieutenant?
Our instruments have picked up a few irregularities, and Commander Mundy requested your insight.
Yes, all right. Talk some sense into him, would you? That's a good fellow.
So, Lennon, fancy a whiskey? Sit down. So, these instruments. What do you think they'll find? I've got my theory.
You're quite done yet.
With what?
Your woeful attempt to belittle me. I'm your superior officer.
It's whiskey, Lennon. What difference is one glass of whiskey going to make? For a bunch of doomed researchers and a tribe on the brink of extinction.
I'm in awe of your self-confidence. Only I could be so assured of my gut instinct.
Gut instincts. These are my gut instincts. If I give it to my gut instincts, I'd have been court-martialed a very long time ago.
I perish the fool.
I've read books that are beyond the Navy's code of conduct. Cheers, Sam. I've seen the warning signs.
Of what?
I don't know. Some kind of natural disaster. Something. An earthquake.
Captain.
Commander Lennon. Commander Hayward, I'm afraid I must apologise.
I do believe.
Yes, your hunch was correct. All the indications are indeed there.
Shall we send word then?
Yes.
Captain.
Is there a problem, Lennon?
Mr. Hayward's speculations may have been correct, but that's... The point still stands. These people have a right to remain uncontacted.
They also have a right to life.
What sort of life is one lived in debt to the First World? As soon as one of our men comes into contact with one of theirs, their lives are irrevocably changed. Their right to voice, everything is gone. They have a right to remain uncontacted.
Might I remind you both that we haven't long to make a decision here. Shall we send word to our men on the island, or shan't we?
Yes.
I am the captain of this ship.
I know, sir.
I wasn't talking to you. Either of you. Sometimes I have to remind myself. Captain of the Harbinger. How did it come to this? These people's lives are in our hands. Not just our men now. These tribesmen as well. And somehow, this uniform I'm wearing makes me the one to decide between throwing away months of valuable research and the autonomy of this civilization, or throwing away countless lives.
The decision is not as hard as it seems.
Then by all means, take this. You seem awfully sure of yourself. No? How about you, Leonardson? Surely it can't be that hard being a captain, can it? It's all there in the protocol. Nor you? Well then, evidently it's easier to have my ear than it is to have my command. You do well to remember that, both of you.
Life must come before autonomy. Surely, that's self-evident. You can't be free if you're dead.
With rules were meant to be followed. Protocols in place. You can't just pick and choose which ones to follow.
Rules are made to be broken.
It's just a phrase thrown around by petty children and criminals. Rules are in place for a reason. Otherwise, what would be the point of them? You're wrong about freedom. You can't take away the freedom of the dead. It's impossible.
Hold on, Leonardson. Shut up for once. Did you hear that?
What?
A sort of low rumble. You'd have heard it if you weren't both snarling at each other like a pair of wolves over a dying gazelle.
With respect, sir.
Oh, God.
What?
It's happened. Hayward, your earthquake. It's too late.
We could have been on the island.
You weren't.
We could be dead. We should be. We might as well have been.
Captain.
Hayward, before you leave,
You're not coming.
I can't.
I'm Shaan. This is scenes from a British dugout set in a dugout somewhere in France during World War I.
Try this. Got a question. Ask away. Does that taste like salmonella to you? What? Was that this cafe? I can't remember the name. It was run by that old Belgian couple. Oh, the rabbit pot? No, the other one. The Highlton? I'd say the couple's more late middle aged than old.
Be more specific. There must be hundreds of Belgian couples in this town.
Because we're in Belgium. The point is, I asked all Mrs. Broke to cook me a a chicken, and it said he had to be ready in 10 minutes. Lieutenant Irving wanted me to pick up a crate of 5 hours later. I was on a tight schedule.
Hang on. How would you get them to cook you a chicken? I thought it was skin.
I'm glad you asked. I had the idea of chugging in a tin of bully beef. Genius, if I say so myself.
There are people who willingly bully beef.
Oh yeah. It's a big hit with the people around here. France too. People, they just don't seem to understand how we cook beef to remove every single ounce of flavour. It's a mystery to them.
Yeah, they're a real mystery. I'd pay good money to know how their minds work.
Weren't you a civilian before the war?
No, I don't think so. To the best of my recollection, I was born in full khaki, with a tin hat, bayonet, hatred for the Kaiser. But you're distracting me. I was telling you about, what was it? Oh, right. So, when I went to get the chicken ready, I wanted it in 10 minutes. And Miss Brent told me I should be careful with salmonella. What's salmonella? Never really in my life. I was hoping you'd know.
You're telling me you don't know what salmonella is?
You're
Seriously? I'm sorry. I thought it was common knowledge. If you must know, salmonella is the scientific name for the egg of the Atlantic salmon. Mildly poisonous if prepared incorrectly.
And these eggs turn up in raw chickens, do they?
It's been known to happen. Contamination is an ever-present danger in kitchens. Especially this time of year, November. It's breeding season for salmon.
I see.
What? Are you flying? Are you calling me a liar?
It's been take forever to open. When I'm back in England, I'm going to invent a way to open these things quick as a flash. I've already got the blueprints. All I need is a workshop and a cheap supply, 3% silicon on it.
Well, I think there's a foundry. I'm friends with the owners. If you want, I reckon I could squeeze a discount out of them. Make it what they call white iron.
White iron. That's only 1 to 2% silicon. Don't you know anything about tensile strength?
None that matters. Tin openers already exist, George.
Tin opens.
Someone who lives to the age of 22 never heard of tin openers.
No,
I'm sorry, it's just ridiculous. He's a grown man. What else has he heard of? Corkscrews, cheese graters, cheese.
Don't think well.
More time than you know. I'm surrounded by ignorant fools, day in, day out.
Gas! Half a mile behind our lines, coming this way, fast!
Dave, can you settle something?
What?
What's salmonella?
I knew, isn't it a baby salmon or something? There's a cloud of gas about to blow right into this dugout. You need to put your gas masks on and evacuate immediately.
What is it, broken?
Sorry.
I don't think so. It doesn't have that vomit yellow colour. I call it plain white, ginger grey.
Plain white. Sounds like phosgene.
Yeah, phosphagene's out of style. These days, the latest German fad is diphosgene.
Look, we can argue about what sort of gas it is when we're safely away.
Under attack, we need to stay and defend the dugout. The rest of the company must have seen the gas by now. All we have to do is wait for orders.
To hell with that. Jake was right. We need to leave, don't we? Don't we? Well, I'm getting out of here. You can stay and argue yourselves to death.
Sit down, Ralph. I told you, no one leaves this dugout until we have express permission to do so.
We're all in this together. What would your family think if you're arrested for a desertion? Or what will the Sergeant Major think?
You're both insane.
That may be, but I'm also senior NCO, and as such I'm ordering you to have some chicken.
Think about it. Every time the Huns throw gas at us, how does it play out?
We die.
True. But I was thinking more about how they drop shells first to soften us up. We've not had any of that today. No 5.9s, fishtail or fizz banks. Not one shell. There's no gas. Simple as that.
You sure?
As can be. No shells, no gas.
That's it. There's a good
Don't patronise me.
Even if I'm wrong, can't you put your gas mask on just to be safe?
No, for it, it's diphosgene. That stuff can tear through gas masks like George through a tin of syrup. Once he gets the tin open.
Do you, by any chance, have a tin opinion? I'm not saying that.
No, that's what do you call it?
Is that an order? Actually, don't answer that. Can you smell mustard?
Mustard? Is that the one that blisters your skin and turns you monster goo?
Not in my experience. Not unless you're a very bad cook.
You know what it could be?
I have a feeling you're about to tell us.
We're not 100 yards from the German trenches, and their favourite dish is pickle and mustard sandwiches. They adore them. No doubt you can get the same.
Pickle and mustard? I didn't know that was allowed.
I had the good fortune to live in Prussia for most of 1912. They sold them at every roadside cafe.
Bollocks! That's categorically bollocks. I spent a full month in Prussia the summer before the war, did not see one solitary trace of pickle and mustard sandwich.
Where in Prussia?
You aren't serious. Does anyone believe a word of this?
Well, if he spent a year there and you only a month, sounds like he's a better judge.
He didn't spend a year in Prussia, he's probably never been there in his life.
Baseless slander. I'd be surprised if he ever left England before the war.
Oh, basis slander, is it all right? Tell me, Ralph, which river flows through this skeleton? Any idea? No? Here's an easy one. What colour is a 5-mark coin? Just a regular 5-mark coin. You've seen dozens of them in your life during that year in Prussia. What colour are they? I can't remember.
You seem to know an awful lot about Germany. What are you, a Kraus in disguise?
Jacob, George, hold Ralph still a moment.
George, you let me go, I'll give you my deck of cards.
So worn out. For some reason, all the aces are folded in the top right-hand corner.
How about you?
It's my deck you borrowed it from me last week.
Yeah.
You don't really know what sound there is.
I beg your pardon.
Answer me.
I don't believe I've seen the dictionary definition. I took an educated guess, best I could do in the circumstances.
That's no. You hear that, Bill? He's worse than a smug bastard. He's a smug, lying bastard.
I don't like to interrupt, I think the air is getting thicker.
Now that you mention it, my eyes are starting to water.
Why do you think?
No, can't be. They drop on shell.
He must have wanted to take us by surprise. And it worked.
Gave us no chance.
It's worked really well.
Ingenious.
The tube of toothpaste is ingenious compared to you idiots. I told you, I saw that gas in my own eyes.
This is it then. This is the end. Well, it was nice knowing you. Except for you, Ralph.
Same to you, probably.
I almost feel silly asking. Did you ever actually visit Prussia?
Well, not exactly. I will admit, I took some liberties with the truth. But I did have a friend who had a cousin who once talked about wanting to visit Russia. Well, more of a friend of a friend.
Still very quiet. For that to be true, you need to have friends.
Isaac, if it's some consolation to know that I'm to die, I'm taking you with me.
Unhand him. These are our last moments left in Answer's play.
And tin openers. Did you make those up too?
No, that's real. The life of the capture was so of.
Just for genius slow moving, we might still have time to run.
It's already in our lungs, isn't it? Percolating through our blood vessels. You can't run. If you want to, go die somewhere more scenic. As for me, I'm going to finish that chicken. Let it be known that on the last day of his life, Isaac Frey sat and ate drumstick and was not afraid. George, make a note of that day. This will be one of the history books. They call it St. Isaac's Day. People will celebrate every year on the 5th of November. George?
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But today is the 5th of November. You know, Guy Fawkes Night?
Well, it's more Guy Fawkes afternoon.
But the point I'm making is the one day of the year where we stock up on fireworks and give the Germans a hell of a surprise.
So that's why there's a massive pile behind the reserve trenches. I thought we were cremating someone.
It's for the bonfire. Not that matters now.
Why not? You're not dying, George. None of us are. It's all in your head. It's what? It's what was Jacob said? A white, grey-tinted cloud of gas, drifting from about half a mile away. It's smoke, George. Smoke from the bonfire.
How can you be sure?
The gas reached us a couple minutes ago. Are your gums blistering yet?
Not exactly.
And it's not diphosphagen.
Yeah, it's still watery.
That's what smoke does, George. It's all right. You're fine. You're fine. It's all stuffy in here. When I'm back in England, I'll invent something that can disperse smoke. It's got arms that spins when able to breathe.
You mean a fan?
A what?
Nothing. Sounds like an excellent invention. I wish you luck.
I'll call it the George Hamlin Windmaker. No! The George Hamlin Smoke Stopper. Trademark, patented and copyrighted twice, just to make sure.
Here. My family own an iron foundry in Taunton. It's true. We make the finest 3% silicon cast iron in all of Somerset. If I provide the materials, we can split the profits.
Of course. We'll call it the George Hamlin Jacob Liverbarrel Smoke Stopper.
I've got the contact details written down in my paper if you want to take a gander.
Let's go. So how many foundries in Somerset make 3% cast iron?
Well, there's ours. That's about it, actually.
No competition.
I made a quite fool of myself, haven't I?
What do you even mean?
For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're sorry. Well, that changed everything.
I'm asking you to forgive me. I know I don't deserve it.
Too wrong. Right, where are you headed?
I'm going to see what I can scratch from the house.
Might as well come with you. Don't really want to get fish eggs or whatever salmonella is. Besides, that drumstick's a bit too pink for my liking.
James, we're about to watch this called Pinipple, not Pinipple. It seems to be better. But yeah, it's a bit bonkers and I hope you have fun watching it.
Yes,
Yes, what?
it was good.
What was good?
Were you listening?
Yes, of course.
Are you sure? Your eyes seemed to glaze over as though you'd seen me naked for the first time.
I've never seen you naked.
Not even Pinipple.
Pineapple?
No, my nipple.
Sorry.
Have you ever seen any woman naked? In the bath, the nude, bareback, fanny in the wind?
Enough. Let's get back to the matter at hand.
Yes, where were we?
You just said yes.
To what?
I don't know, that's why I asked.
What's in the briefcase?
Later. What was it that you just said yes to?
Let's think back. I was in my toilet shaving.
Yeah, but you don't have a beard. What were you shaving?
Never you mind. I was in my toilet shaving, and then I went to feed Terence in the next room, which is when I had a knock at the door. I threw on some clothes and went to the door, which is where I met.
Oh, me?
No, it was actually the milkman.
In the evening?
No, in the morning. What kind of milkman do you have?
Oh, I'm allergic to milk. To dairy.
What a sad life.
Or me. Can we skip to when I come in?
Fine, but you'll miss the story of how I became a progenitor for the local milk bottle industry.
Milk bottle?
You decided to skip it.
Fine.
So, skipping ahead, I was shaving.
Again?
Yes, my hair grows very fast. I was shaving, and this time Philip needed feeding. But we all know how Philip gets. Only needs a mouthful of papaya to keep him going, at least until the moon's out. And then the doorbell went. And then the doorbell went.
Oh!
Coming! Oh, please come in. I never say no to a handsome man.
Hello. Again.
No,
No what?
that's not what you said before. You said...
Hello, my name is Harry and I'm here to help you.
Close enough. Why are you here to help?
Oh, I'm a hired priest. Do you know what that is?
Do you say people's prayers for them? I would do it myself, but I haven't the time. I'm too busy.
With what?
Living? What's the point in living with worry for what happens comes afterwards. I mean, there's no point in talking to someone who may or may not be there for a place in what may or may not be real, when I could be here, having fun in a place which is definitely real.
That's the reason I'm here.
To convert me.
No, there's no chance of that, obviously. What's that noise?
Oh, what noise? There's no noise. It's probably all in your head. Doesn't look like there's much going on in there, though.
There's more than you think.
Then why?
Why what, sorry?
My name's not Sorry, it's Isabel. And why are you here?
To find your sin.
That's not what you said before.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was?
Yes.
No.
What?
Yes, what?
Before, you said you were a person who deals with bins and help people by emptying them and dumping them somewhere else. So that must mean you're actually an IT technician.
How on earth did you reach that?
Well, people who haven't any space left for the good things they want have full bins. And if they don't know what to do, an IT technician comes along and takes it away.
To where?
Somewhere. I think it's still there, even when it's empty, but it's overwritten with the good stuff. Or it's taken somewhere else. Somewhere.
Well, I'm not an IT technician. What would you need with one? You seem to know plenty of IT already.
I don't know. You're the technician.
Hardly.
Hard.
More or less.
Bin man? Next best thing.
What?
Are you a bin man?
No.
Oh. Lawyer?
No, I'm a hired priest, and I deal in sins. Do you understand?
Yes, I think. You deal with people's sins and pass the consequences of those sins on to others. But I've never sinned, because if people sinned, they'd feel bad. And I don't feel bad. I feel great. My husband will tell you I'm always good. I always do what I'm told to do. Most of the time. And even when I don't want to feed Philip or Terence or Trevor, I don't feel bad about it. I feel good. Yes.
Yes, what?
It was good.
What was good?
Were you listening?
Yes, of course.
What is it?
Hmm?
You were about to say something.
Right, yes. Well, I mean, no. And yes.
Go on.
Well, I was wondering, why the house by the neon lights? I mean, just looking at these lights hurts and blinds my eyes. It warms me. No, it burns me. Inside, like it's trying to change me. It's bad and certainly not good. The colour is one amoral to the trouble of humanity, of love, of care, of all things good. I was wondering, how can you live in such a house?
The lights don't bother me anymore. You just get used to it. It's the loneliness that gets me. Husband comes home, sometimes. And Philip and Terence and Trevor, well, they aren't very talkative. Seymour left months ago, don't know where he went. And the light's not bad hot, but good hot, like melted cheese, burnt or slightly warm, it's always good.
The lamp keeps snapping. You should get a new one.
Oh, yes, silly me, of course.
Have you ever been with a man other than your husband?
Oh, is that why you're here? Well, Mr. Priest, I'm sure we can come to some kind of arrangement.
Enough.
Never. He was my first and only, a unique gift. It's likely he'll be my first and only, without children either.
What was that?
Nothing. Why don't you sit down?
Where is your husband now?
Out. Has been for a while.
How long?
You ask a lot of questions, don't you?
The right amount.
10 months?
2 months.
10 months.
Right.
I've been having to feed myself, you know.
What have you been cooking?
Oh, I haven't been cooking anything.
What?
Yes, I've been doing takeaways. Hawaiian pizzas. Lots of pineapple.
Pineapple?
Pineapple. I put on 8 pounds of fat. Do you know how to make 8 pounds of fat look good?
How?
Put it in my
Oh, heavens! That is foul!
So,
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
I don't agree.
With what?
Worse. There's no such thing as worse when everything from others' eyes could be good. Silver linings in black clouds.
Okay. Well, if a person's eyes see something you did as bad, then what's the worst thing you've ever done?
You like stirring me up, don't you? Like runny cake batter.
Lemon.
What?
Oh, lemon cake. It seems sweet at first, but too much lemon and it goes all acidic. You're too much lemon. Your batter's all runny and acidic.
Bread.
Bread?
Bread. The worst thing I've done. Oh, how it toasts on my mind.
Grates. You mean grates on your mind?
No, it's bread, not cheese. If I had said cheese, it would have been melts. If it had been grates, I would have said slices, because you don't grate bread, you slice it.
I eat it.
Whole?
No, I tear it. Communion. If you think about it, cheese is just a loaf of milk. Why is bread the worst thing?
No, not bread. Where I keep it. In my knicker drawer.
In your delicates.
Yeah, and sometimes it gets all tangled up. You know how sand gets everywhere when you're at the beach? It's the same thing with breadcrumbs.
But why?
Sometimes I like to eat my bread. In bed or when I wait for my toast.
You like to eat plain bread whilst waiting to eat slightly warmer plain bread.
Oh, you don't like that. Is that my sin? Well, there we go. Case closed. Goodbye then.
No, that's not it. I'm a hired priest. We only get called when sins are bad, especially bad. Kind of bad where the one who commits the sin is put in prison. In that prison, they're hurt for it. No, you've done something much worse than bread. What is wrong with your lap?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong with it. What's in your briefcase?
Well, I suppose it is that point now. It's special, you see. Our Lord above works in very mysterious ways. When you have a problem, he doesn't show you how to fix it. He shows you the tool, and lets you work it out yourself. It's always been that way.
But what's in the briefcase?
What's wrong with your lamp? The tool.
What are you doing? What's inside? What is going on?
A pineapple. No, a nipple? A pineapple in the shape of a nipple. A pineapple. Does this mean anything to you? Pineapple. Do you know its etymology?
Is that kind of skin cream?
I wouldn't know.
Obviously.
Is my skin bad?
It is a little dry. Could do with some moisturiser. If you come to my bathroom, I could put some on you myself.
You'll put nothing on me, thank you.
I haven't done anything wrong, please.
Conifer trees.
Conifer trees?
Conifer trees. They're what produces pine cones, the reproductive organs of the tree, you see.
I do see.
But we used to call them pineapples. They look similar, so we just swapped the names around.
You can't just change them around.
Yes, we can.
No, you can't.
Well, we did.
Well, you shouldn't. It's like changing milk to cream. They're similar, but two completely different things.
Cream is more or less just thick milk. Quite similar, really. What would you call pineapples instead?
What the rest of the world calls them? Ananas.
Bananas?
No, ananas, no B.
Oh yes, were you telling me about becoming a progenitor of the local milk bottle industry?
You decided to skip it.
Did I?
Yes.
Tell me anyway.
I bought the local dairy farm, where they keep the milk.
How?
My husband's money, of course.
Why?
I needed milk.
That much? Why not just go to the shops?
Because I need it fresh. I need it pure, only completely organic and fresh.
Why you... Oh, the nipple!
What?
The pineapple is the reproductive organ of the tree, and well, the nipple is what allows life to thrive. Feeds it, keeps it going. And tell me, why is it that you need so much milk? How's it now?
What is? The doctor or the milk?
No, neither.
Oh.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Stay away! Don't hurt me, dear priest.
Shh, lower your voice, someone might hear you.
Exactly. This showed you what my sin was. So, what happened if I opened it in front of you?
Don't.
Lower your voice. A unicorn?
What?
What is your sin?
I've never.
Oh, unicorns are symbols of purity. That's you being sinless. How boring.
Yes, boring.
Oh. Oh, I see.
What?
The horn. The only part of the unicorn used to attack, to puncture, to penetrate, to pierce like a skewer in a marshmallow. It means that you're innocent, but you feel that urge, that primal passion bursting within you like chocolate lava cake.
Enough.
You said you were here to take away my sin and pass my consequences away. But you're not like everyone else. And not everyone else is like you. I like my sin and the consequence it gave me.
Enough.
Tell me, there's a way I can keep it, isn't there? A way I can keep him.
Enough.
Tell me, have you ever seen any woman naked?
Enough.
So let's make your unicorn into a you and me hole.
Oops.
So, can I keep my consequence, or as I call it, reward?
Your sin remains because I committed one.
Correction, many.
Oh. I'll be chucked out of the priesthood for this.
Who hired you anyway?
And your husband. He told me that you committed a heinous act and needed to be cleansed.
Of course he did. Scoundrel.
Well, I can't do anything now, so... What was your sin? If only you told me it was so vile and repulsive, worthy of being a ward and a prisoner to jails.
Nothing quite as bad as that. Adultery. But the bastard deserved it. Why would I, or anyone for that matter, stay with a partner who, when they do come home after weeks of whoring, use them for their own satisfaction, malfaction, their most terrible infraction? I used to be dignified, full of life. Now I'm just a thing who only knows a what. Everything I learnt in life left my mind when I met my partner. They readjusted my thoughts. Love turned to fear. But isn't that just a kind of love? Love is just the form that fear takes when you're afraid to be alone. I don't want to be alone. The thing, the what I've been taught is what to do. I am shaped into lust incarnate, a vilified garnet. I know nothing else. But I had to escape into the arms of another, if only briefly. When I was with them, I felt whole. And then, after a month, they left me. I was again a thing chucked away. Do you know how that feels? To be flung like a ball of paper. It hurts. There is one thing I got from my sin which I like, which I love, and I cannot let you take it away from me. I am free with my partner gone, if you can call this free.
Come to the commune. They'll look after me there.
But now I'm in two parts. They might accept me, but not my reward.
And what is this reward? What about your adultery can bring you so much love?
I think it's time you left. Here you go. Yes.
Wait. I should hate you. You've caused me to sin, forced me to leave the priesthood. No, it wasn't you. It was me. It's not your fault, and it never was. And even so, you are infatuated. Leave these neon lights and join me elsewhere. Away from the commune, away from your husband. Truly free. There are moments in one's life where one can divert from their chosen path, and this is that moment. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but instead be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And then you will be able to prove and test what God's will is, his good, perfect, and pleasing will.
Romans 12, verse 2. And yet, if a person's steps are directed by the Lord, how then can anyone understand their own path?
Proverbs 20, verse 24. But
I went to church once upon a time. I know, weird, right?
If not with me, then find help somewhere else. With anyone else, with anyone else.
I'll find my own way, I think. Besides, who will be there to feed Philip or Terence or Trevor? I think it's time for you to go. Sorry.
I'm Monisha, and my play is called Who Are You? And it's a thriller, and it's heavily inspired by Gone Girl and Girl in the Train. And honestly, I've had like the best time writing this play and directing it. I've always wanted to do something like it, and it's been my baby for the past 3 months. And honestly, I've put more effort into this than I have in my uni assignment so far. So I really hope you guys enjoy it, and it is very screwed up, I have to say that, and I also have to ask you guys to please not judge me too much.
I know, time flies when you're having fun. I always have the best kind of fun with you.
Do you remember the first time you saw me?
Of course I remember. I was taking photos of the models on the runway, and I remember seeing you and thinking, you're the most gorgeous woman I've ever seen. You have the prettiest eyes.
They're the exact same colour as yours, silly.
I know, but it looks so much better on you.
Kind of wish we started going out sooner. We could have made so many more memories. We were just friends for like 3 years.
I know, but you kept turning me down every time I asked you out.
Well, that's because you were such a player back then. And I didn't want to get hurt. And because you were my best friend. So I didn't want to complicate things.
No, I feel the same.
Anyway, I think it's a good thing we were just friends before. I know literally everything about you now, and I feel so comfortable around you. Age is definitely just a number for us. When we're together, no one would guess that I'm 28 and you're 45. Oh, that's sad. Another girl's gone missing. Oh, from Chelsea, that's not too far from here.
I'm sure she is just one of those girls that just got really drunk and forgot to test her friends on a night out and went back to her guys.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're not like one of those guys anymore.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, what's that? These are pretty.
Hey, give me
Sure,
those.
they're mine though.
Give me those.
Why? Did some random skank leave her earrings behind after you slept with her during the 2 weeks you broke up?
Are you mad?
No, they're not the only girls thing I've seen around your place. But I know they're all from the past, and I'm cool with it.
It's one of the things I love about you. You're always so cool.
Hey, now I'm keeping these. They're cute. Someone's got to teach you can't have everything you want whenever you want it. Jeez, Alex. Why would you want them anyway?
I just don't understand how this happened. Every time I've slept with Chris and Harry, we've always used condoms and I always take my pill at the same time every day.
Well, you know what they say? Contraceptives are never 100% effective. I guess this is just one of those times, babe. Do you have any idea who the father is?
I have no idea. The thing I don't get is this, the stick is saying I'm 12 weeks pregnant, but I didn't start sleeping with either Chris or Harry 3 months ago. But it must be wrong, I started sleeping with both of them a month ago.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm definitely sure. That's why I'm so confused. I wasn't seeing anyone until a month ago.
Sam's house party was a few months ago. You went to that, didn't you? Alex definitely did. I remember I couldn't. I had to be on a flight for the shoot the next day in Italy. I didn't want to be hungover.
I didn't want to have to say this to you. I don't know what to say.
What is it?
Yes, I went to Sam's party, and I got so drunk I made such a twat myself, honestly. I might have got with someone that night, but I can't be sure who. All the guys looked the same to me at that point, they were all really fit.
We've all been there.
And Alex was there. I saw him.
Okay.
I don't remember much from that night, if anything at all, but I do remember him coming up and talking to me, and he tried to kiss me, but I pushed him off because he's your boyfriend.
Right.
And then he handed me a drink, and the next thing I know, I woke up in Sam's bed, and my pants were gone, I couldn't find them.
What are you saying, Nikki?
Well, I was so drunk that I couldn't be sure if I definitely did talk to Alex, but I remember seeing his eyes, like your eyes, looking down at me when we talked because we kept the lights on. And things between me and Sam were weird in the morning, and I was too scared to ask him if we actually had sex, so I just left.
So, you're saying you think you slept with Sam?
But you know, the alternative is, you know...
So, hang on. You're saying you think my boyfriend spiked your drink and raped you?
Well, no,
Alex would never do that. You were too drunk, you can't even be sure of what you saw. Honestly, Nikki, you always get like this at parties. No wonder you're pregnant. How does it feel being a mum? Do you feel a lot different?
Actually, I kind of feel the same. Like, different in a way, like more mature. You'll have to come round and see Chloe again. I've not seen her since she was born.
Oh, definitely I will. I still can't believe Chris or Harry didn't stick around after you told them you were pregnant.
Well, I'm not surprised. We weren't exclusive in any way. When I started sleeping with them, it was pretty clear it was just a casual relationship, no strings attached.
So, you still don't know who the father is?
Still have no idea. Chris and Harry got the blood test to go just to be sure. They're both O's and Chloe is ABs. And I'm an A, so it doesn't make any sense. I know that Sam's an O as well, so Chloe's not his either. Do you know what Alex's blood type is, by any chance?
No, I have no idea. Anyway, it was great catching up with you, but I've got to go ready and get for a shoot tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
I'm so glad you managed to fit me into your very busy schedule just so you could spend time with me.
For you, anything.
So I just spoke to Nikki.
Oh yeah? How's she finding being a single mum?
Well, she's managing.
She got any idea who the father is yet?
No, not a clue.
Not surprised. I always thought she was such a slag.
Hey, that's my mate you're talking about.
Sorry. What time are you donating blood at the hospital?
At 3, so I got to leave in a bit. Hey, I've been thinking. You know, when you were travelling, do you have any more funny stories about your life in Amsterdam or Paris?
I've told you all the best stories, Lily. You know that.
I know. I just feel as though I don't know that much about your life before
wouldn't want you knowing too much about me anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I've really got to go now. Obliged.
I've got to make a phone call real quick. I'll be in the hallway.
It has just been found out that the last Emily Brown photo she ever took was deleted from her Instagram profile. Additionally, the CCTV footage of the suspect has been released.
Alex's jacket.
You ready, babe?
Yeah.
Is everything okay? You seem so worried.
Oh, yeah, everything's fine. I've just got so much stuff to do this week. I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in.
I'm sure you'll figure something out.
So, as you've been donating blood every 4 months, I personally don't feel as though it's necessary to check your medical records to determine if you're eligible. But as this is your first time at this hospital, and it is proper protocol.
Oh, no, that's fine. Take your time.
Do you know your blood type?
Yes, I'm AB.
I see. Are you aware that your medical file doesn't show the blood types of your birth parents?
I'm sorry. What?
Your birth parents, their blood types aren't on record in the file.
My parents' blood type should be on there. What do you mean, my birth parents?
Well, it says here that your parents, Charles and Maria Stevens, both have type O blood, but it says you have type AB.
What are you saying? Are you saying my parents aren't my real parents? That I was adopted?
Oh my god. The information in this medical file seems to point to that, but I'm so sorry. I didn't need to spring this on you if you would have known.
No, I had no idea this was even possible.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, that this is all way too much.
What do you mean? You can talk to me.
Oh, my boyfriend, he's been acting really weird lately. I don't think he notices when he does it, but every time that missing girl, Emily Brown, when she comes up on the news, he goes really quiet and seems really shady.
What do you mean?
Well, like just now, before I came, I saw on the news they released the last CCTV footage, and the last photo she took, it was an Instagram photo that had been deleted, but it showed her earrings. I found earrings that looked just like that in Alex's living room a few weeks ago. And here I've still got them in my bag. Like this. And the CCTV photo, it showed the suspect's jacket. Alex has a jacket that looks just like that, trust me. It had a fluorescent strap missing. My dog chewed off the strap when he came to visit my parents last year.
Surely these are just coincidences, though. I mean, you would know if your boyfriend was capable of potentially doing things like that. Do you think he would ever hurt someone in that way?
Oh, I just don't know. I've been in denial for so long. Now I finally realise what an idiot I've been. Nicky was right. He must have been the one to have gotten her pregnant. He must have been the one to have raped her. There's no other explanation.
It's rather serious. You know your boyfriend, though, don't you?
Well, I thought I did. We were best friends for 3 years. But I don't know that much about what he got up to before I met him. Apart from the fact he's always been such a player. He's 45 and I'm 28, so he's been out in the world a lot longer than I have.
He's 45, did you say?
Yeah.
What did he look like? Was he the same colour eyes as you instead of the same blue?
Yes. Why? What is it?
20 years ago, I was in my first few years of practicing as a doctor here. I was paid to help out in a trauma where a 17-year-old boy brought a girl, also 17, who was 7 months pregnant with the most horrific stab wounds to her stomach. Miraculously, the baby was unaffected and was born by C-section.
What happened to the father? Why are you telling me this?
When the mother was brought into the hospital by the boy, she was bruised from head to toe. The boy told the doctors that she'd been beaten up by into their house, they found her like that, and they called an ambulance. I've been at this hospital for almost 30 years. I've been involved in thousands of cases. However, this one, I remember in particular because it was one of the most horrific stabbing cases I've ever seen. It was all over the news. And the boy was he was objectively one of the most handsome guys I've seen. Everyone remembered his eyes, his dark hair, the way he talked. He talked so persuasively and in such detail about the incident that it almost made us doctors believe him. However, after a quick background check, things didn't add up. Neither him nor the girl had a permanent address on record. We suspected they were homeless and we thought he was responsible for attempting to kill her, so we called the police. The police showed up when the mother was in the OR having the C-section. However, the boy had already fled the hospital and was never seen or heard from again.
What happened to the mother?
After she couldn't get in contact with the father, she decided to give the baby up for adoption, which happened pretty swiftly. See, these parents were having a tough time being approved for adoption, as they both own their own bars. Most agencies at that time felt that wasn't appropriate for any profession.
Both my parents own their own bars.
You have the same eyes, the same exact blue colour. It wouldn't be completely outside the realms of possibility. But
that's impossible. Did you get his name?
His name was Logan James.
Well, my boyfriend's name is Alex Campbell. Unless you're saying he changed his name.
It is possible.
Oh, I can't believe this. So you're saying, if this is true, the man I have been best friends with for 3 years and have dated for 1 year is, if all of this is true, I have been dating my biological father? Which is ridiculous. Why would he do that? I just don't understand.
What's he like as a person?
Oh, he's confident and funny, the typical charmer. Everybody loves being around him.
Has he ever been violent or angry towards you?
No, never.
Could be a sociopath.
I just don't know anything. Everything I thought I knew, I don't. Who my parents are, who my boyfriend really is. I don't know what to do about the earrings. Oh, this is all way too much.
You know what you have to do? You can call the police together. Alex Campbell?
Yeah? Who is it?
You're under arrest for the murder of Emily Brown.
See you later, princess.
We are so sorry for what you've had to go through. As you know, we found Emily Brown's decomposing body underneath the false floor in his basement, along with the remains of the burned clothes. We've also been able to go through her phone, which was buried with her, by her last text message to a friend was, I think my dates just waited for me. Her body showed visible signs of trauma. There were deep knife wounds to her neck and stomach. You did the right thing letting us know about the earrings. They may have been the only thing that connected him to the murder.
I still can't believe he was capable of doing this.
We've also been looking into the possibility that Alex Campbell, or Logan James, is your biological father. I assume you would like to know what we've been able to find.
Yes, of course.
His parents passed away when he was 14. For the next 3 years, he was living on the streets. That's why he didn't have a permanent address when he visited the hospital with your mother. We've not been able to find out where he's been living for the past 28 years or what he has been doing. However, his computer and search history have shown us that he's been tracking again for 3 years before he started his photography job at Harbinger, which is, as I understand, the same fashion value the model for.
Yes, that's right. I can't believe this. How did he know where I was?
He must have seen a picture of you online, recognised the resemblance, noticed the age, put 2 and 2 together.
I still can't believe this. Why would he want to date his daughter? That's sick. I feel physically sick just thinking about the relationship we had.
He's a textbook sociopath who manipulates people to get what he wants. Nobody can ever be sure why he wanted to get to know you in a romantic way, but because he did so, suggests he wasn't mentally fit.
Oh yeah, he also raped my best friend. I should have listened to her. Even she didn't know it was true.
And that wasn't because she drank a lot that night. He's a very charming, attractive, persuasive person, the kind of person who you want as a friend, even as something more. However, he just used his looks and flattery to control those around him to do exactly as he wanted without him even realising.
I can't believe this. Any bit. He's not the person I knew. He's someone completely different. Someone I don't even know.